everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you very much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch. And if you are a returning subscriber or just a returning viewer, then thank you so much. Every single view means the world to me. So as everybody knows, we are going into, so I'm starting to film this here. I might film it all here, but I'm going to post it as two videos, probably on Thursday and on Friday. And the reason for that is I think that this one's going to be a little bit longer, and I don't want to bore everybody, with too much stuff all on one video. So today I am going to, before I even get into that, I just want to say a great big thank you to all our essential workers. These people that are out on the front line working and seeing customers, to all the nurses, the doctors, even the housekeepers and the cooks and everybody that has to go to the hospitals. It's like walking into a war zone in the hospitals right now. And we appreciate every single thing you do. And to all the postal workers who are still delivering our mail, and the people that are keeping us going at the grocery stores and the drugstores. Everybody who is out there right now is going to work every single day, and they are taking a risk for themselves and a risk for their families. And it can't be more appreciated by us people who have to stay home. And we're safe because of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm sure everybody else out there thanks you as well. So let's get on with today's video, shall we? I decided that I was going to do something that I haven't done. I haven't done this probably for 3 or 4 years, and that was make a paper bag flip book. So I'm just going to use 3. I have quite a stash of paper bags. I have white ones for this project, but the brown lunch sacks that are like this, the ones that fold up with the square bottom, we're not going to open them up in this case, but the ones that fold up with the square bottom, they make wonderful flip books. Anything in any size. You can make them from teeny tiny bags, and you can make them from great big bags. I helped my granddaughter make one out of great big sacks, and she wanted it for a junk journal, just to put a whole bunch of stuff in. So I folded 2 of them, and I have kept the last one to show you how to fold it. So this one's got a little crease here. I'm going to take that out. It's probably just got like that in storage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bag, and I'm going to lay it with the bottom of the bag down on my table and the bottom of the bag facing me. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to fold it exactly where the bottom of this is the bottom of the bag, and I'm going to fold it right along the side that's facing me when I flip it up. I'm going to be careful to do that. So sometimes I have to, because this bag has been sitting for a long, long time, and this is folded here. This has a natural tendency to want to fold the other way, but you don't want to do that. Sometimes it helps to put a ruler in here so that you can get this fold nice. And I'm just showing you this because sometimes if the bag's been sitting for a while, so get that ruler and set it so that when you make this fold, it's going to be nice and crisp. They tend to want to buckle right in here, and I don't want them to do that. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to take this bone folder, and I'm just going to go over this 2 or 3 times from this side, as well as from this side. And then I'm going to take my glue. What glue should I use for this? So I'm going to use this. It says fabric glue on here, but it's just a reusable bottle, and I think it has white school glue in it right now. So I'm going to take my glue, and the first thing I'm going to do is, I just want to make sure that you see this. So I have my bag, I fold it up this way, and this is the bottom, and then I'm going to glue this. I'm going to glue this flap right here closed, because I don't want this flipping and flapping all over the place. I want to get it closed. Okay, because this part that's up is actually going to be the inside of a pocket. So I'm going to do that with all 3 bags. So this is just that little extra fold when the bottom is folded up like this. So that's all you want to do. Your bag is like this when you get it. You want to lift up this flap that's on the bottom where it folds over. And you just want to glue that shut. You just don't want that to open up. And I'm only showing you how I do my flip books, my paper bag flip books. I see there's one of those I was talking about. They have a tendency sometimes to want to wrinkle right in here, and that's when you have to either use your bone folder and push that in. But I've found that grabbing my ruler and putting it on there and folding it over my ruler, I didn't see that one. So there, so now I've got a better crease here. This is glued down, and I'm still going to give this another little, just like that. And the same with this one. I'm going to glue this one down. So I'm only using 3 bags. Just 3 bags. I think that's enough for this little, this is just like a friend mail, a happy mail for somebody. So I'll just send this out. It'll just be a little keepsake book or whatever they want to use it for, really. So now I'm going to take my 3 bags, and I'm going to take the bottom of this bag. I'm going to turn this one over like this, and this one's got the bottom. So then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to lay it on here like that. And to do that, I'm going to take this one and put it down here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn this into a pocket on top of here. And to do that, I'm going to glue down this side. Now this is the open side. You don't want any glue on the open side. You want to go down this side as close to the edge as you can, across the bottom. And you want to make sure that you get, this is just white school glue and it'll hold well enough. You want to make sure you get all your spots, and then you're going to take this and stand it up, and you're going to take this and butt it up. I found this is the easiest way to do it. Butt it up to there, and then stand it up and line your 2 bags up, and then just tap them down. Now, don't worry about this. We're going to fix that later. But right now, we're going to get these 2 edges right here, and these are the backs. This is your spine of your flip book. So we're going to get these 2. They're not going to be perfect. We're going to do that, and then you're going to do the next one. And for the next one, you're going to do it a little bit differently, because this is going to be the front of your book. This is going to be the back of your book. So on this page, we're going to have one pocket right here. Stay down there. It's not dry yet. White school glue takes forever to dry. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. But right now it's what I have on hand. When I open up this front page here, this is going to be open all the way across to here. And then it's going to have a pocket on this side. And then you're going to flip it. And there's going to be a pocket in the middle, just a little flip. So you're going to have a page, a little flip that is a pocket, and then your back page or your front page. Doesn't matter, however you want to do it. So for this one, what you want to do is run some glue here along the back where your spine is going to be. Whoops. And down here. Just like that. Am I in frame? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing because this is a couple of layers now. It's higher than this, so we can't just flip it up. We have to stand it up to be able to get these two together. And for this one, what you really want to pay attention to is get the top here, get the top of this lined up as well as you can. Get that lined up as well as you can. You don't want that to be all off or your whole book will be off. There. So then we're going to fold that closed. And we're just going to let that dry for a couple of seconds. Okay, so this, I've been sitting here for a couple of seconds letting this dry, and then I got thinking about it, and I want to add one more page to this, so it'll be 4 flips. So I have my first page. I have my first page. That one just doesn't want to stay down, but it will after a while. Okay, so I have my first page with my pocket here. I'll show you my pockets here. I have my second page. I have my center flip. I have my pocket right here that will hold a lovely wide tag. And then I have this flip. And then I am going to take this one. I've already folded it and glued that bottom piece just like I did the others. There, this one just doesn't want to fold square. And I'm going to take the last bag and I am going to glue it onto here and make the flip on the left hand side. So my book will be the same from the front to the back. Doesn't matter which way I turn it. So stand it up and stand it up and then line this all up. There, that's better. I like things to be even. So this doesn't matter so much what you really want to go for. And I've got a little wee bit sticking out. This bottom of this one bag is a little wee bit wider, but that's going to have to be okay. So at this point, if you want to wait for this to dry, for this spine to dry really good, you can actually just take some clamps and put them on here. You know, just those little bulldog clips will do. But I'm not going to do that. For the sake of the video, I am going to carry on. So what I am going to do is I'm going to look at my pages and see, are they too off? Are the ends all different? But I don't think they're too bad. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to go along and I'm going to glue the sides of my bags shut. So all I'm going to do that is run a bead of glue. I'm just going to keep flipping my book. I'm going to run a bead of glue there. I'm going to take the next bag down. I'm going to open that side flap. I'm going to run a bead of glue down. And I'm going to do that for all the bags. This bag's a little bit crooked, see? It's just the way it came out. It's just the way it was made. So then I've got this middle flip. I'm going to take the next bag. I'm going to turn it down. So I want to do all 4 bags. I started out with 3, now I've got 4. So I want to do all 4 bags. So I want to take this, run a bead of glue down, There. There's a lot of gluing when I do this. I know a lot of people will just leave all these flaps open. I like mine to be closed. I think it strengthens my book. It makes the places that I have as pockets easier to get in and out of if I do this gluing. There. So I've got one side glued, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So at this point, when I get to this point, the next thing that I usually do is even up these bag ends. But yes, I think I'm going to. If I were to cut 5-inch pieces, because I'm going to mat all these pages. So if I wanted to cut these at 5 inches, my mats, I want to do my bag at 5 1/4 inches. So that's what I think I'll do, because I want 1/8 of an inch on, I want 1/8 of an inch around my bags, or around my mats on all my pages. So I'm just going to go to, it's 5 1/2, going to do it. Make sure I get it right. And I think it just will. So I'm going to put my ruler on, I just put my ruler on my spine to measure. And if this is going to be the front of my book, I want it to be, I want the front to be right. So I'm going to just draw a line like that. I may have to do this. Put a line there and a line there to make my cut. That's what I'm going to have to do. And it is lining up straight. So that one, and I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to close my book just to make sure that my pages are all the same. I'm going to close my book and I'm going to make my lines like that. Now I'm going to edge all these pages. So this, hopefully, see, now this one isn't lining. This one isn't quite as square as those other ones were. So that's why I need the lines. I need to line them up. There. There. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is cut some mats for my full pages. So that page, that page, that page, and that page all need a mat. But I have to decide what paper I'm going to use. So let me see. So I have 2 paper pads. Neither one of them is full. I've been using them. So I have this Ooh La La paper pad that is these mint greens and pinks that I think I've used them in a project this week already. But I also have this, which is a Craft Smith. These are both Craft Smith. And they were hot buys at Michael's, you can tell. And this one has very coordinating papers with this. So I think between the 2 of them, I should be able to find what I want. So I'm going to start with this because I love this. And I'm going to look for some papers. I'm going to pull some that I really like. Okay, so I pulled some paper. So the only one that I pulled out of the, what was it even called? The Uptown Chic was the other pink and mint one. But the only one that I pulled out of there was a piece of foiled paper. Not sure, but I love the eyelashes. I love the polka dots in both the pink and the mint. These lips are absolutely fabulous. And then I like the script. I like the sayings in here. Cheers, looking good. It's Friday. Gorgeous. Wake up and make up. Too glam to give a damn. and, you know, I deserve new shoes, things like that. I think they are fabulous. This little Paris, you know, all these little tiny wee scenes, and of course the mint green with the hearts. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use where yet, but I do think I have to pick something for my front cover. And I think I love, 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 love these lips. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, because this is the color scheme that I went with, I am going to edge all my papers, but I'm going to edge them. I'm not going to edge them with what I usually use. So I am going to use this. It's a permanent, you can't see it because I've got glue or paint or something stuck to the top, but it's a permanent mixed media ink palette, and it has black marble, bubblegum pink, calypso teal, and dirty martini are the colors. And this is by Delusions, and it's the Diana Reevely color palette, and I love it. This is the only color palette that I've ever bought, and this is why. Now, I do have one small problem. I don't have any blenders. I don't have any cotton balls. I'm in quarantine. There's a lot of things that I don't have, and a lot of people in my little town here, a lot of the little stores will deliver to you. Some of them only on certain days, and others, like the grocery store, will deliver, the drugstore will deliver. But I don't like to bother them for things that are not necessities. But I do have to put a prescription order in at the drugstore tomorrow or the next day, and I'm going to ask them if they can bring me some makeup sponges when they bring it. But in the meantime, the only thing that I could think that I may be able to use to blend my inks is this soft microfiber cloth, and it's from the Dollar Tree. Everybody knows these. They use them in their projects. I'm going to cut a chunk or a couple of chunks off of this and see if I can use them somehow to blend. I may end up, and I probably will, end up with, I'm going to just do that. I'll probably end up with some lint that I'll have to pick off, and, you know, a few different things like that. But this is all I've got. This is my choice. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I'm going to take my front page. Ooh, I got some blue on it. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, it's what it is. It is what it is. There's too much stuff to worry about out there with worrying about how I'm going to do this. So we have to make do, guys. I just want my edges to all be pink. And this is permanent ink, and I didn't put anything down on my little work table. My desk, you guys would laugh if you knew what my desk was. Yeah, so I'm using an 18-inch by 24 inches or 30 inches at the very most. One of those little folding tables that you take camping and you use for, you know, to set up to put your camp stove on. That's because I don't have a table here. I haven't been able to go out. I just wanted to go. That's all I want to do. My huge dream right now is to be able to go into a thrift store and buy myself a little desk or a table. That was my plan. Yeah, the best laid plans, eh? Pink. I think I'll do the whole thing pink. That just makes it so much easier. So I'm going to use Diane Reevely's Bubblegum Pink. And I'm going to edge all my pages. So I'll be back when I'm done that, because you don't have to watch me do all of that. And I will show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I haven't inked the spine because this is not going to show. But I have inked all the edges of all the pages and down the center here where it opens. And I've edged down the edges of my pockets as well, because I plan on matting this, this, and this. I'll slide it a little bit under and I'll mat this. And I'm going to do contrasting papers. So these little areas in between will show. I didn't put very much on there. Maybe I should do a little wee bit more there. I think I've got enough on here too, just in case. It probably won't matter. But anyway, so that's what I've done. And then I've got one more bit of gluing to do. So I'm going to open up each end pocket, and I'm going to look at this little flap, and usually it'll have a tendency to go one way more than it will go the other. Now this is just optional. You do not have to do this. You can leave that little flap just hanging in there if you want to. I just find that it's so much easier to get things out of the pocket if I take these two edges and I put a little wee bit of glue along here. A little bit of glue along here, just like this. And put that down, but make sure it doesn't glue down the other side. You just want it to glue on one side, like that. So be careful with your glue. And then you can do the other one, and I try to glue them so that they're both on the same side, like this. I'll show you. So I try to glue them so that they're both on one page, like that. So now I have this nice little pocket in here, and the flaps aren't hanging. They're not going to get in the way. And I'm going to do that on each one. And then my book is ready for decorating. So I think I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do before I come back. Look at my nails. Oh my goodness. I think some, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. I don't even care anymore. I've been trying to get these nails to last because I've only got one other set, and I have a while before I'm out of here, before they spring me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue these flaps down. Then I'm going to take my ruler. So if somebody has bags at their house and they want to make this project, this is how I get my mats ready. So I'm going to measure my pages, and then I'm going to take off. It depends how much you want showing. I think I want about 1/8 of an inch around of the pink, so that on each page, so that it kind of makes the pages all cohesive if they're edged like this. I was going to do one green and one pink and one green and one pink, and then do a contrasting paper on them. But all pink is good. All green would be good. You could do it all in vintage photo if you wanted to do this and turn it into a vintage style book. You know, the decorating options are endless, and you do it in your own style. But what I do is I measure my page. I take how much I want showing, so 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I'll take 1/4 of an inch off. I'll measure this. I'll take 1/4 of an inch off, and then that's the size I'll put my mat. And I'll do the same thing for the inside. I'm going to measure It'll be the same size mat, of course, on these 4 pages. Is there 4 or 5? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count, right? So I've got 6 of these, and I'll do these mats all the same size. Then, because I have 4 bags, I have 4 of these to cover, I believe. Yes, so I'm okay there. So I'll do the same thing. I'll hold this up, I'll measure, I'll take 1/4 of an inch off, and I'll do a mat for there. And then on this one right here, you can either do the same paper that you use here, or you can do a contrasting. So I may do a print here and then put a, you know, something with a fine polka dot or something here. And what I'll do is I will run this paper. I'm going to try to run this paper just under the edge right here, just under. So when I measure this, I will measure it, and I'll measure it so that it goes just under, and I'll take my 1/8 of an inch off like that, and I'll take my measurement like that. And then I'm going to cut all my mats, and then tomorrow we'll come back and I'll show you all the mats I've cut, and I will decorate this book, and who knows, we might turn this into a 3-day project. We're going to have some fun with it though. So if you have some bags and you want to do this project, go ahead and get your booklet ready to this point. And then tomorrow you can just come along and craft with me while I'm decorating mine. You can decorate yours as well. So I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, stay safe, everybody. Have a good night, and keep crafting. Bye-bye.